Before I get into the video, if you want to win a Elite Force G28, this is a $700 gun. If you would like to win one for free, please go down in the description and sign up for the giveaway. It takes literally 20 seconds. Also, if you want to save 15% off foxairsoft.com, there's also a link in the description as well to both of those things. So please sign up. It takes 10 seconds and it's free. Hello everyone, Chance here. Today I'll be doing a review of the ASG Scorpion Evo 3 A1. This gun has a lot of cool features. This gun is pretty high up there on price points. $449 from Fox Airsoft.com. So yeah, my reviews are pretty basic. I like to go over the pros and cons and stuff, of course, what it's made out of, just things like that. Pretty much do an overview with a built-in review, and just pretty much to give you my actual opinion if I would recommend this gun to a player. Alright, so first off, this gun, yes, it's very CQB friendly, as you can see. I believe the barrel is only like 7 inches long. I could be wrong there. It looks it's about 7 inches long, probably 190 millimeters or less, 150 to 190 millimeter inner barrel. I would just like you to know, out of the box, this is the most accurate, and I mean accurate not by range, but I mean like, I guess pattern. My BBs seem to be right behind each other every single time I pull the trigger with this gun, and that's out of the box. My Transform 4 has a lot of upgrades, and this gun, I wouldn't say it beats my Transform 4 now, but stock, it does. Accuracy-wise, this gun is the most accurate gun I've seen out of the box, and what's so amazing about it is it has such a short inner barrel length, which is pretty cool. This gun does come with an M120 spring, so it'll be shooting 400 feet per second out of the box, and you might be wondering, oh, it's 400 feet per second, but it's a CQB gun. That doesn't make sense. Luckily, ASG is awesome, and with most of their guns, they include a quick spring chain system, and you don't even have to get to the gearbox to do this. You literally just take an Allen key, screw it, and it'll come out. And that's something I love about ASG. They just make spring changes and stuff just so friendly. So that's why they put an M120 in this gun, is because if you wanted to throw an M100 in here and shoot 350 for CQB, you could do that in a matter of like 30 seconds. I'm not too sure how well you could see that. Hopefully you can see in there. If you can, I apologize. But it does have a polymer hop-up unit. Everything on this gun is polymer except the bolt, like the bolt actual catch or whatever, the fucking charging handle, excuse me, and the bolt release. Those are the only two things on this gun that are metal. The trigger, fire selector switch, stock, the body, upper, lower receiver, the rails. Everything on this gun is polymer, but it is a very high quality polymer. Cuts down on weight. It still has a good feel to it though, but it does cut down on weight, which is good if, like, I don't know. I know a lot of players that are very picky on weight. Me personally, I really don't care about the weight as long as it's not like 20 pounds. I really don't care how much it weighs, but this gun is very, very CQB friendly. And what I love about it though is it's so accurate out of the box. I could seriously hit a bottle cap 10 times out of 10 at 50 feet, and that's pretty outstanding for a gun right out of the box. You might be thinking to yourself, well, if this gun is all polymer, why does it cost $450? Not only is it like the only Scorpion Evo on the market, or to my knowledge, the only good one. I don't know if any other companies make one, but I believe this is the only one on the market that's not bad, or the only one on the market itself. I'm not too sure. But it has a MOSFET built in and a micro switch. And it's pretty unique because you can't just put the battery in and shoot it. What's weird about this gun is you have to hit the bolt release to make it shoot. It's almost like a sense of realism. When you put the mag in, you then have to hit the bolt release and then you can shoot. And some players might like that. I don't, because at first I thought I had to pull the charging handle back, take the mag out, put it in, hit the bolt release, because that would make sense, you know, because the bolt would be back, and therefore when you hit the bolt release, they'll go forward. But it doesn't work that way. On your last shot, it's not like a gas gun. So on a gas gun, you know, when your last shot's out, the bolt will lock back on its own. So therefore, when you hit the bolt release, it'll chamber the next BB. But with this gun, it doesn't do that. The gun will stop shooting once it's empty, which that's helpful to avoid dry firing and things like that. So as soon as you hear it stop shooting, you know it's empty. Put a new mag in, and all you have to do is press the bolt release. I don't like that. I wish they could have at least built in a system to lock the bolt back on its own. That would have made more sense, because that would be practical. But adding just a button to press, that doesn't really make sense considering the bolt's not locking back or anything like that. I just found it to slow me down. I really wish that wouldn't be in here. And I believe you can shut that off. I believe you can shut off the little sensors that are above the hop-up unit. I could be wrong, but it would make sense to me if you could. The magazines hold 75 BBs, but do not put anything in them more than 50. The first time I used this gun, I was putting about 60 BBs in, and I was literally, the springs were compressing and jamming, and I would have to take apart the entire mag to fix it. And I had 3 out of the 4 I have fell on me within the first like 10 minutes because I was putting like 60 BBs in. So don't do that. Put in about 40 to 50. It's kind of depressing knowing it says 75 rounds and you can only put in 40. which everyone, if you use mid caps, you know you're not supposed to fill them up all the way anyways, because it'll cause like performance issues. But I was noticing about 40 to 50 BBs were holding up just fine. Out of the box, this gun will shoot 400 feet per second, and it will shoot about, I would say, 16 to 17 rounds a second. I was using a Tenergy 3-panel LiPo, 1000 milliamp, 20C, 11.1 volt LiPo, and that was giving me 17 rounds a second, and that's respectful. That's not bad by any means, especially you might see this small gun and think, oh, I should have a high rate of fire, but you need to remember it has an M120 spring. It has an outdoor limit spring in this gun, and that's why the rate of fire is a little low. I'm pretty sure you can probably get this thing close to 20, if not 20, if you dropped an M100 spring in here, so got it shooting 350. Also, I forgot to mention this because just some players like to know this, and I didn't know this really at first. You can adjust the stock too, which is pretty cool because most guns that are just folding stocks, a lot of them like G36s, you can't really adjust the stock. So I was really happy to know you can do that because with it all the way in, it was just a little too short for me. So I would just have to pull it out just that little inch, believe it or not, just made it feel so much more comfortable for me. Now what I do not like about the gun, to be completely honest, I do not really like the MOSFET. And reasons why, you guys know I play semi-auto only, and I don't want to toot my own horn, but you guys have seen my gameplay. I can shoot almost 10 BBs a second in semi only. And that's pretty cool, I think, and I don't want to be cocky saying that, but I'm just being honest, and this gun's MOSFET, like, if I shoot it fast, it'll just stop shooting. Now I'll have to wait a second, and then it'll shoot again. And what that is if you guys don't have MOSFETs, some MOSFETs do it, some MOSFETs don't. Sometimes you have to regulate them to do that, sometimes whatever it is. MOSFETs are kind of complicated to explain all the features and stuff they might have, because certain ones are different than others. But like with the regular AEG, have you ever just shot in semi really fast, and then when you stop shooting, you can hear the gears go ring? And what that means is you kind of pulled the trigger just a little bit and you cock the piston in the gear set just a little bit. And that can cause some strain on your gearbox. So the MOSFET's telling the gun not to do that. So when you shoot super fast in semi, it'll just stop shooting because it's afraid you're going to damage it. And I do not like that. My Transform 4, I've shot 120,000 BBs through it. On 11.1, doing that on semi the entire time because I play semi only. And I've done that the entire time and I have no problems with my motors. My trigger contacts are just fine. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. So I really wish the MOSFET would kind of just kick rocks when it comes to that. But I mean, it's a good feature to have. Most players do not play semi only, so it's not that big of a feature. But for me, that's a fucking game breaker for me. Also, be aware, the battery compartment is housed here, and it is the worst compartment I've seen. You guys know my Transform 4, it was terrible. At least I could fit a battery in there. Like, this one's just complicated because even with a battery not in it, it's almost like it doesn't want to go on still, like the handguard. And to take off the handguard to get to the battery, you have to unscrew this, and then you have to unscrew this extra piece right here, and then the handguard would just slide off. Be aware that your spring and charging handle will be exposed, and lots of times it just falls out, so make sure you catch it. You don't want to lose that spring to the charging handle. But overall, I thought this gun was... I thought it was cool. I really wanted to use this. I really appreciate FoxAirsoft.com for sending it over. Please check out their website. They're really courteous and generous enough to send me this product to use and review. And I wanted to use it because I think Scorpion Evos look cool. I love ASG, so I wanted to try out this product because I never have. And I think it's cool. I think it'll fit certain players, but it won't fit others. For me, to be completely honest with you, the hop-up unit, for how short the barrel length was, I was hitting targets about 150 feet away. I would say that was its max effective range, which for this length of a barrel, that's respectable. Its accuracy was amazing. The most accurate gun I've ever seen out of the box, and I was actually really, really impressed with it. But it's just, with the MOSFET and all these things, you think it's going to be some amazing gun that's going to outperform every gun on the market. And to be completely honest with you, it has a lot of cool features. It's a cool gun, an amazing product, and a cool looking replica, and it's unique and everything. But for me, I'm going to have to pass on this one. And just the reasons because my AEGs will outperform this. And I know my AEGs have longer barrel lengths and all this stuff, but they just have higher rates of fire and they're cheaper. And honestly, I think the internals are a little better. The only thing I think this one's cool about is it does have that micro switch. And it does have a MOSFET, but I think the MOSFET kind of holds it back in some areas because it just does for me. I don't know. So yes, if you have your eyes set on this gun, it will perform well. It's a good gun. It's reliable. It's just, overall, it's a cool, interesting product. But I mean, just how I play and stuff, I like to play really practical. And no one on the field will be running a Scorpion mag. You know what I mean? Oh, fuck, I'm out of ammo. And then what are you going to do? Have someone throw you a G36 mag or a M4 mag? You know what I mean? So once you're out, you're pretty much stuck. You won't have any luck with your teammates throwing you extra Scorpion mags. And I don't know, just this gun isn't for me. I really like the product. I do appreciate Fox sending it over to me. It does mean a lot to me. But yes, I will have to pass on the ASG Scorpion 3 A1. But like I said, just be aware that it is a reliable product. It performs well. It's a good product. It's just, I just think, in my opinion, honestly, I know it has a MOSFET and a micro switch and stuff, and that's why the price point's so high. And plus, it's like the only Scorpion on the market, so it's understandable. But if they could have dropped that price down to about, I would say $350-ish, it would be more of a buy. But just $450, it's just, there's just way too many guns now on the market that can outperform this and stuff in many different areas, and they're a lot cheaper. Like my Transform 4, for instance, is $299, and it will outperform this. And I'm not trying to be so picky in my reviews, but I'm trying to keep it real here. I want you guys, the viewer, to know what I would recommend and what I wouldn't recommend. Just know that every other YouTuber I've ever seen use this, they love theirs, and I don't know, I'm honestly very picky. So don't let this discourage you. If you have your eyes on this gun, just know it will perform well, and it will treat you well, and it will not fall apart on you. This gun is reliable. Thanks for watching this review, you guys. It really does mean a lot to me. I apologize I haven't had many videos out lately. I've kind of been going through a slump. So just understand that. I'll get back in the groove. Don't worry. But yeah, hope you guys enjoy this review. You guys have a great day and be safe and take care. See ya.